If you're alive, you got parents, but some people got hell spawns that pretend to be parents, like Peter Griffin and Lois Griffin. And you know me, I'm not going back on nobody, so make sure you watch to the end. And if you a fought and broke dummy, I've hidden a $5 Apple card in this video. And without further ado, let's look at why these parents are some of the worst ones in cartoon history. Bitch ass parents number 1.
And where was I? Oh yeah. Oh, in the kitchen, Meg.
Let's go ahead and get out of the way. We know that the Griffins are terrible parents. 30% of my previous video was spent clowning on Lois, and that was because she was a trash wife, and her bitch ass is on the chopping block again today with her bitch ass husband. Cause not only is she a terrible wife, she's a terrible fucking mother. And I'm finna release some hot justice all over that ass. Subscribe. So first of all, let's just get this out of the way. These two are abusive as fuck to their kids. Let's start off with Lois, just cause I hate her. So I know y'all remember that one time that Lois hit Stewie because he was playing in her stuff. She hit this nigga so hard that he made the Ryu death sound. Well, that's not abuse, Wolfgang. That's just discipline. So y'all out here squaring up with 1-year-olds? But what? Look, I don't approve of beating kids at all, but the people that do beat their kids are not beating their kids when their kid is 1 year old. Mind you, this is what Stewie saw when she hit him. She had that nigga traumatized. Hitting 1-year-olds is not freaking cool. But that's not all. Do y'all remember when Peter punched Stewie out of his high chair because Meg said so?
That's a punch your baby in the face.
Like, yeah, I know this is the episode when Meg was all scary and shit, but I would have died behind my 1-year-old. Peter could have easily been like, punch me instead, Meg. Which actually brings me to my next point. Peter can always beat on Meg and abuse Meg, but when it come to saving Stewie, nah. Where the fuck was this Peter at whenever she told you to punch your son, you gluttonous fuck, you gluttonous bastard? I hate Peter Griffin. I can't wait for the day that Stewie get a spinoff where he grown up and can finally beat this dude ass.
But wait! There's more!
Do y'all remember the episode when Peter got a whip? If not, let me refresh your fucking memory. So Quagmire's package got delivered to Peter's house instead of his own. And if you know Quagmire, then you know that this dude is a major freak.
You want me to drag my sack across your face?
So of course the package contains a whip, so that way he can whip all the bitches that come to his house. Probably the other way around. So big nigga opens up the whip and start whipping everyone that he knows, including baby Stewie and his daughter Meg.
Dad, I don't want to do this.
Hey, Joe. Okay, that's pretty cool too.
Hey, Dad, that's a cool whip.
He hit this nigga with the whip so hard that he turned into Kratos. Let me put this into perspective for you. He hit him with the whip. That shit is insane. Put this grease monster under the jailhouse.
But wait! There's more!
There's an episode where Chris sets up a camera so he can catch the evil monkey on video, because this evil monkey used to come out his closet. And luckily Chris is an idiot, because the shit that he saw on that tape didn't faze him. But it did faze me. Peter and Quagmire come in and do the hand in warm water trick, which makes Chris piss on himself. But as they leaving, Quagmire like, I'm not done, and he hit that nigga with a mean ass maca. And he hit him real hard too, so hard that his eye blacked right there on the spot. And all Peter can do is laugh. And Lois thought she was safe because I ain't talk about her in a while. But Lois come in after Peter and Quagmire and steal some money out his fucking wallet. Add that to the list. This shit is supposed to be the other way around. Now we're done talking about abuse, because if we kept talking about it, we'd be here all day with all the times Peter has abused Meg. But before we move on, let's get real dark. This entire video so far, we've been covering the abuse of the Griffins. There's a lot I left out, but that's because, like I said, we'd be here all fucking day. But something happened to Meg that goes under the radar too often because it's a little gag. There's an episode where Peter wants to become a redneck because of a redneck comedy show. So he starts doing stuff that he thinks rednecks do, which includes the rednecks having do with their daughter stereotype.
Dad, what are you doing?
Meg, I'm a redneck, which means I am about to do something to you that you will not remember until you're 40.
But Wolfgang, he meant something else. You cut the clip too early.
Meg, come back here. I meant sex.
Fucking crazy. Insane. Peter and Lois can rot in jail forever. To conclude, Peter and Lois have been physically abusive to every single one of their kids, but mostly only mentally abused Meg. The Griffins are just kinda backwards. All their kids are fed and have rooms and whatnot, but they just be beating the fuck out of them. Family Guy has taught me that despite having hot meals on the table and both parents in your life, it's still possible to be born into a family of straight dookie bags. Bitch ass parents number 2.
Lou, I've got some apples. Lou, you've got some too. Lou, let's get together.
Wow, what an adorable kid. And his parents look very nice. Wow, this entire family looks very happy. Look at little Butters, he's so happy.
No dinner for you!
While you're grounded, you can just go to bed hungry!
Well, that was a fucking lie. Watching South Park growing up, I would always feel really bad for Butters, cause this dude just couldn't win at home or at school. He's an easily influenced and innocent kid surrounded by bad influences, which is where his parents are supposed to come in at. That's the whole reason we even got parents in this world. But nah, instead they trying to kill him. Butters got his own episode in season 5. The episode is about his parents' anniversary at first, but then Butters' ugly ass mom sent him on a quest to follow his dad, and she does this because she's sick of all her weak ass gifts getting trumped by her husband's. I mean, just look at her. She look like she'll get you a trash anniversary gift, weak ass fit. Oh yeah, and before we move on, add manipulative, cause Butters didn't even want to follow his dad until his mom put a positive spin on it to make it seem like it was a good thing.
Spy on him? But ain't that kind of like fibbing?
No, it's a little different.
So his parents teach him these lessons, then unteach him these lessons, and then he gets in trouble when he don't follow the lessons. Ad hypocrite, that shit is fucking stupid. So Butters follows his dad to this shady part of town, and his dad goes into this theater that's got movies like Fisting Fireman 9 and Men Ahoy and Boys Night Out. Once he finishes his feature film, he heads over to the men's bathhouse. Butters reports this info back to his mom, and this info drives her so insane that she tries to kill Butters.
It's okay, baby. Mommy will be with you very soon.
I think that, yep, it looks like the car's filling up with water. Yeah, we may now have time to come back inside the car and drive, Mom.
Okay, I get that it's hard finding out that your husband is doing weird shit in shady parts of town, but this isn't one of those inescapable situations where ooh-ah is the only answer. What the fuck is game ending your son then game ending yourself later gonna do for you? This nigga still fitting to be hitting up the men's bathhouse every night. He gonna start using that shit as a coping mechanism. And on top of all that, they be abusing the fuck out their parental power. They'll ground Butters for anything, and I literally mean anything.
You made a goofy face.
No, that's just what I look like.
Don't you make that face at me, young man.
I'm not making a face, Mom.
Fine, Butters. If you don't want to stop making that stupid face at me, you can just stay in your room for another week.
They grounded him for looking like himself. That shit is babonkulous. Even worse, they already admitted they don't even be knowing why they ground him half the time.
It's strange. I don't recall him really doing anything particularly bad, and yet he is grounded.
Why the fuck are you talking like that? Like you don't know you're the one who grounded him. I don't give a fuck if it's supposed to be ironic. South Park stupidity make me want to hit the creators with a bag of iguana dicks. Make sure to like and subscribe so I can afford anger issue medication. But to conclude, Butters don't deserve none of the abuse that he gets from his parents. And you could argue that all the groundings he received did help him because he is a kind and respectful kid. But that's not true because Butters doesn't truly know what's wrong. He just knows that getting grounded is bad, which means that doing something that gets him grounded must be bad. Butters doesn't know right from wrong, which is why Cartman is still able to trick him into doing stupid shit. All he knows is grounded equals bad. And I guess that's just what happens when you got trash ass parents. Bitch ass parents number 3. Let me be completely honest with y'all. I never watched Fairly Odd Parents. Now don't go get on me in the comments because you can't fight. First of all, I beat your ass. Second of all, I watched like 30 episodes to see what the deal was with Timmy's parents. So let's see if I gotta release some justice on they ass or if y'all are just overreacting like a bunch of little pissy poo poo babies.
Very good, Jenny. Here you go, sweetie. Tuna salad for lunch.
Mom, your dad sucks.
So where the fuck do I even start with these two? Ooh, I know. The abandonment of their fucking child. Now see, the abandonment of Timmy is fucking crazy because unlike other kids in other kids shows, their parents are around but we just don't really see them much because the kids never be at home. But Timmy's parents, they fucking gone. They're not here. Nigga dad be in the studio making music and shit. His mom out somewhere being a model for MILFs Monthly. Timmy's parents were damn near a side gag. And he was only 10 years old so he couldn't be at home alone, which brings me to my next point. They leave Timmy with an abusive babysitter. So while Timmy's parents are out partying, they leave Timmy with this fine ass bitch Vicky, and she be beating the fuck out of Timmy. Look at this shit, a fucking wrecking ball? Are you serious? But let's go ahead and get dark for a second. What if Vicky was some kind of weirdo and not just a slapstick abuser? What if Vicky genuinely wanted to harm Timmy? Putting Timmy into Vicky's care is the worst thing that his parents ever did. Leaving your child with someone you barely know opens up a gate to terrible things. What if Timmy was just a regular boy with no Fairly Odd parents? And what if Vicky was a troubled young girl who was into playing with knives? You see where this is going. There isn't much that Timmy's parents can do to be bad parents, since they're barely in his life. But if anything was to happen to Timmy in Vicky's care, it would be their fault. Meaning that there's literally an infinite number of things that I could put here for them, because there's no telling what Vicky would be on if the circumstances were different. And to conclude, the abuse that Timmy goes through doesn't come directly from his parents. It comes from his parents' neglect, which leads to a bunch of bad situations. decisions. It don't matter if it's Vicky putting the beats on Timmy or interdimensional drag queen fairy trying to kill him with a pie, it can all be traced back to his parents' neglect. Bitch ass parent number 4.
Oh, that's a big boy, isn't he?
Eric Cartman, you either hate this tub of lard if you're normal or you love this tub of lard if you're edgy. He's done some nasty things like pretending to be a robot to get Butter's deepest secrets and making his half-brother eat his parents. But has anyone ever taken the time to think why he's like this? Is Cartman just evil, or is there a reason to his shitty personality? But I got the answer right here, nigga. You better subscribe, nigga. His mom? Bro, what? A kid being spoiled doesn't equal evil, Wolfgang. Well, let's talk about Liane's biggest and only crime, being an enabler. You can say what you want to about Cartman's mom, but that little fat fuck is taken care of. Taken care of. And that's the problem. Whatever Cartman wants, Cartman gets.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll be going to the store now then.
Now, if you're stupid or you were similar to Cartman growing up, you're probably having a hard time understanding what's wrong with this. Well, even though Cartman is very well fed and he's got all the new toys and shit that he wants, he's still abused. You see, Cartman's mom suffers from single mom syndrome. She doesn't have anything in her life to focus on other than Cartman. And the show showed us that she had a troubled past being a roster root and being addicted to rugs. So it's obvious all she wants is for Cartman to be happy. But by enabling this beer-bellied Twinkie tackler, she created a monster. Cartman is 90 fucking pounds at 8 years old. An 8-year-old should weigh anywhere from 46 to 78 pounds. As you can see, this fat fuck is 90 pounds, meaning that he's fatter than even the top percentile of his age range. And this is due to his mom letting him eat whatever the fuck he wants. And Cartman just feels entitled to get his way no matter what. This calorie ball convinced Butters that the world was ending because he got invited to Kyle's birthday party instead of Cartman. It's so bad that this ball of glutton has to open up a gift at other people's birthday party to feel like he's a part of the experience.
Wait, it's Stan's birthday.
Yes, every time somebody gets a birthday present, Eric gets one too. Otherwise, he gets a little upset.
And this shit right here is the problem. We can sit here and give outcomes for being enabled to this greed goblin all day, but there's no reason because none of this shit even matters. Realistically, all the enabling that Liane did to Cartman has already taken its toll. That's what makes her a bad mom. She's ruined Cartman's life. And as much as everyone, including me, hates him, we gotta remember that he's a kid. It's not his fault that he turned out like this. It's his mom's fault. No amount of therapy, no amount of Caesar Milan, no amount of anything will ever change Cartman's personality because of his mom's enabling. No one ever calls out Cartman's mom because they think that he's the one pushing her around. But she's the adult in this situation. And she has it in her to assert dominance. She did it in the iPad episode. But she doesn't want to, which is ultimately what will ruin her son's life. Oh my god, a worst parents video without so-and-so? I'm one dude, man, and these videos take a lot more work than you think. Like, making all this shit move around on the screen take a while. Plus commentary, man, this shit take a long ass time. But I will do a part 2 if that's what y'all want. I don't know if y'all want it. But yeah, man, make sure you subscribe so I can get pushed out into the algorithm. Make sure you like. The beats is by Racha. We gonna talk about more stuff later. Subscribe, man. I love y'all, man. Each and every one of my supporters, I love y'all. No Diddy. Is that cool to say?